Creating a space that has all the things you need is one thing, but a space that you love and feel comfortable with is another one completely. To create a space with your own taste, colors, textures, and styles is something we can accomplish together, so let's find out. For this, these are the 5 main components you have to consider before creating your dream space, where it should be an office with the most spectacular lighting and feel, a cozy bedroom with natural light and warming colors, or a living area with a contemporary twist, you name it. My name is Patricia and this is the Designer 101. Number 1, the concept. Your success may be even closer if you start including a concept. This is because your concept is the foundation and core of the project. This may be dreadful at the beginning, but once you master this ability, the rest of the design will follow like a river. So turn on your favorite music sky high, do some exercise to clear your mind, make some sketches, spend time with the people you love or feel comfortable with, or any other activity that gets those ideas flowing because it's inspiration time. Of course, you also need to consider your client's needs or tastes, do some research. Just remember the experiences. A great design develops emotion and positive experiences for the users. Number 2 is size consideration. Buy one of the most important items as a designer to get the job done. Trust me on this one. A good and reliable measuring tape is by all means an indispensable friend for your project. Now let's make a little drawing on your notepad in order to put the basic measures of your room, that is length, width, and height. This will come in handy later when you're looking to buy furniture and appliances. Some people buy furniture that's way too big for the room in question. Others just simply buy online without noticing the dimensions of the project in relation to the room dimensions. Make a list of all the furniture you like or need in your new space, and then you can try them out with something as simple as a masking tape on the floor of the room. This will give you a definite sense of available area to move around once the space is occupied by the furniture and appliance you want to buy or incorporate. Remember to include every single piece of furniture, especially if you have fiddlers or shelves. They tend to absorb a lot of space. Number 3 is color and style. We have to set up a style and a well-defined color palette to go with the overall aesthetics of your design. I always recommend setting up a scheme line or a style for your design. For example, modern, rustic, contemporary, simplistic, gothic, futuristic, you name it, as this key aspect will definitely have a huge impact on the final look and feel of the room. You can do this by creating a folder with all the pictures you've liked for reference, or even use Pinterest account to store your favorite spaces and pictures. This should be as consistent as possible in order to create an appropriate palette. Try sticking with 3 to 4 color tops or textures, as more will just become too crowded and difficult to work with. In most cases, we can safely apply the rule less is more. Unless, of course, you need to, as in the case of a space with child daycare, where color is the main theme. And finally, keep in mind the psychology of colors. Each color represents some kind of feeling and tends to indicate some behavior in a room. For example, the color red is never recommended to put on in a classroom because it's more difficult for the children to concentrate. But we will discuss this subject in another time. Number 4 is light and temperature. The light that enters a room can make a lot of difference. It gives warmth, life, and for me, a sense of security. If you're designing an office, you can arrange your furniture in a way that the desk will be receiving the most natural light in the room. In other words, know your light. This means that you should be very conscious as where it comes from in the morning and where it goes during the day. Also, be careful with the sunlight in the afternoon or morning, depending on your location, or the first light of the day that will wake you in the morning. Natural light can be your best ally or your worst enemy if used incorrectly. With artificial lights, I always recommend indirect lights as it avoids straining your eyes, and if you're thinking of hanging lights, try picking one that will cover the bulb, unless you're trying more vintage look with a nest light. But if you're going to create a space for work, white light is best. And last but not least, the very next thing that will enable you to make the entire project a reality is a budget. If you don't have limited budget, then you can skip this part and good for you. But if you are considering every penny you invest in, then setting up a budget is key. Consider not only the cost of the furniture or the big things you obviously need to buy, but also the things you could forget, like a pair of paintbrushes, some screws, cleaning supplies, additional transport of materials, some wall plugs, and so many other small assets that will be needed to finish the entire project. Setting up a 10% of the budget for emergencies, this can be very helpful too. Creating a list with all the possible costs of everything before starting to buy will give you a rough idea of how much it will cost. But in the end, it will be more important to stay on the safe side and invest in your dream space to obtain a result that will surely make your life happier and fuller than to be too cautious and invest too little for a space that won't meet your expectations at all. So these are the key factors that will give you a true north to start designing your dream room. We'll be talking more of each of these factors, but for now, this will be all for today. I hope this list helps you a lot. See you next time.